don't mind my dirty copy of the Declaration of Independence, because I'll tell you what, it's like they don't expect us to have this son of a bitch just laying around talking about, how to read it, whatnot. I don't know how to read, but I'm going to try to read it to you guys like a storybook, you know what I mean? So with that being said, you just pay attention here, because if I fumble on some words, don't mind me. I got a government education. They gave it to me at them public schools, yeah. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a perfect or more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and to our prosperity. Prosperity. See, I told you, public education, boys. Don't mind me, buddy. I'm gonna tell you what, okay? Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. It doesn't say for corporate America. It says for the United States of America. And it's only 13 colonies at that time. So with that being said, I believe that's, 13 states? So, it's been revised quite a bit since then. Well, let me tell you. Just keep reading, you son of a bitch, you son of a bitch. Okay, I'm sorry. Alright. So I had to skip about 1,400 pages because I couldn't read it. You know what I'm saying? The words were too big for me. So we're going to come here to this page here where it says Amendments to the Constitution. It says, I don't know what it says at the very top there because it doesn't seem important to me. Okay. So let me tell you. Restrictive clauses to be added. Blah, 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 blah. See, I told you I can't read. It's public education. This is what happens when you learn about drag queens in 3rd grade. Resolved by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America and Congress, assembled 2/3 of both houses, concurring that the following articles be proposed to the legislators of the several states as amendments to the Constitution of the United States, all or any of which articles, when ratified by 3/4 of the said legislators, to be valid to all intents and proposes as part of the said Constitution, namely. Amendment 1, Congress shall make no laws respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. They've been doing that for years. Or arbitraging the freedom of, see, I told you, I'm drag queen, speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So the insurrection that they were talking about for January 6th, that wasn't actually an insurrection because the people were there to redress their government because they thought that the election was stolen. And then they turned it into some sort of a fucking mobster scene, you know what I'm saying, where the FBI was on scene and shit like that, but we won't talk about that too much. Amendment 2, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That kind of goes hand in hand with number 1. It says no rights that should be formed by government should contradict the Constitution. And if it does, it's not a law at all. And how many of them do we know is in fucking place? For example, that Chevron case that was just overturned, here recently by the Supreme Court. That was basically because of the monetary funds of the United States in the Treasury. Right? Amendment 3. No soldier shall, in the name of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, not in time or war, but in the manner of to be prescribed by law. Okay. Ooh, drag queen. Sorry. Amendment 4. The right of the people to be secure in their possessions, in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall be issued but upon probable cause supported by the oath and affirmations, and particularly describing the place that needs to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So basically, them impounding my car on the side of the highway without a warrant is not legal. But they won't tell you that because, of course, Hamilton County Sheriff's Department refuses to talk to me. Absolutely refuses. And even though I told them I'm going to bring suit against them and that I have a right to act as my own legal counsel, they have still not gotten back to me. They're talking about taking me to court. Well, it must be nice to say something like that, because guess who gets to foot the bill for court? We do, the fucking people, the taxes. And the fucked up thing about it is there's no repercussions for them doing so. So how does that really help anything? Like, if they don't have any repercussions for the violations they do upon us as people, then why should we foot the bill for it with our tax money? That's kind of a double whammy, don't you think? I think so. All right, moving forward. Let me get comfortable here because I can't read upside down. Whoa. My phone's not very good either. Let me turn it up. Okay. Sorry. See, I'm very professional. You guys like how professional I am? This is what happens when you go to public schools. I want you guys to know that. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment of the grand jury, except in cases arises in the land or naval forces or in militia, when in actual service in time of war and public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the time offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limbs, nor shall any compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor he be deprived of life, liberty, and the or property without due process, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So I want my motherfucking compensation there. This article here says that the vice president even has to be voted in, just like the actual president. When's the last time we got to actually vote in who's the vice president? I mean, literally cast in ballot votes for the vice president, so that the president doesn't get to actually choose their own VP. We, the people, get to choose who the VP is, just like we do the president. We've been deprived of that one too. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the states wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of the laws, or deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. That's all I'm going to read you guys for now, because obviously we can tell that I'm more focused on third grade drag queens. I'm kidding. Just the things that I could read, you know what I'm saying, little 2-3 letter words, you know, stuff like that I learned in a public education system, you know, because you know what actually really gets me is I remember in like 1st, 2nd grade, you know, learning how to read and write and comprehend, allegedly. And so all my life I've been conflicted with reading things, comprehending it my way. And I'm not saying I'm always right, but I always leave room for error, and also for understanding somebody else's view on the same topic. But if we redress our grievances to our government, but our government declines to actually talk to us, then how are we supposed to come to some sort of happy medium in the end? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we have a right to be heard, but nobody's listening. What the fuck? And so why did I learn how to read, write, and comprehend if these don't apply in your everyday world and society? Public school is nothing but brain rot for fucking kids. Man, waste up, 6 or 8... Well, they're babysitters is what they are. then nowadays is drag queens for all the third graders. Yeah, fucking weirdos. I'm just saying.